planning your first trip to Berlin? In this video, I'll guide you through everything you need to know before you travel, covering the best times to visit, must-see attractions, transportation options, and essential tips to ensure you have an unforgettable experience. So, if you're ready to dive in, let the countdown begin. At number 7, we're talking about when to visit the city. Before anything else, it's essential to determine the perfect time for your trip. And it all boils down to preferences. July to September are the peak months. During the summer, the weather is warm, and the scenery is perfect for alfresco dining and drinking. However, since this is a popular travel season, expect bigger crowds, higher prices, and harder to book attractions. Winter season, on the other hand, is a little bit leaner in terms of tourism and a whole lot more chilly, but the city transforms into a magical Christmas paradise. Markets around Berlin come alive with ornaments, lights, and adorable trinkets. Foodies and night owls would also enjoy visiting this time of year because there are a lot more activities that take place after dark. As you can see, there are different perks per season, and it's up to you to decide what you're most comfortable with. If you're set on when to go, the next thing you need to consider at number 6 is how to get around. And lucky for you, Berlin has a fantastic public transportation system known as BVG. The BVG is a well-connected network of trains, buses, trams, and even ferries that can take you pretty much anywhere within the city. If you haven't experienced the German train system yet, here's what you need to know. Berlin's trains come in 2 main types: U-Bahns, which are underground subways, and S-Bahns, which typically run above ground. The city itself is divided into 3 zones, A, B, and C. Most of Berlin's famous landmarks and attractions are located in Zone A, so it's common for tourists to go for the AB tickets, which cover Zones A and B. Then, depending on your plans, you can choose from one-way tickets, multiple ride options, 24-hour passes, and even monthly tickets. A single trip costs 3.50 euros, while a 4-trip ticket goes for about 10.80 euros, and a 24-hour pass, allowing unlimited rides, is around 9.90 euros. There are plenty of other choices, so be sure to find the one that works best for you. For a more active and fun way to get around, consider renting a bike or scooter. It's a brilliant way to explore different neighborhoods at your own pace. Rental prices typically start at 8 to 12 euros per day, and you can easily find options to fit your needs. On top of those, of course, there are always taxis and ride shares for added convenience. But keep in mind, they're the pricier choice. Fares usually start at 4 euros, plus around 2 euros per kilometer. So if you're traveling on a budget, you might want to keep this as a last resort. Next up on our list at number 5 is knowing where to stay. Berlin has many amazing locales, each having its own distinct charm and personality. But since this is your first trip, I suggest staying within the Ringbahn, a circular railroad line that bounds the city center. Within this area, you'll find a couple of popular neighborhoods, like Mitte. This one is very central and therefore very convenient to see top sites like Museum Island and the Reichstag. If you're looking for a place that celebrates alternative vibes, street art, international cuisine, and nightlife, look no further than Kreuzberg and Friedrichshain. It's the perfect destination for foodies, clubbers, and those who want to experience Berlin's counterculture. For those planning to bring the kids along the vacation, Prenzlauer Berg is a family-friendly zone that's full of unique shops and cute cafes. It also has a residential and relaxed feel while still being close to the center. Then for those who want to enjoy high-end shopping and experience the city's elegance in full force, I recommend finding accommodations at Charlottenburg. It's home to the Charlottenburg Palace as well as numerous luxury hotels. To get the best deals, be sure to book well in advance, especially if you're planning on a summer trip. Wherever you decide to go though, you can rest assured that you'll find a wide range of living options, from budget hostels to 5-star hotels. But on average, expect to pay around 100 euros per night. Now comes the fun part. At number 4, we're exploring the city's best attractions, and I've got a fantastic lineup for you. Starting with Reichstag. This landmark is a unique walk-in glass dome that lets you literally stand on the heads of politicians. And if that's not enough, you'll also get a great view of the surrounding sites. Bonus, the dome and roof terrace are free of charge. All you have to do is register online. Then there's the Brandenburg Gate. This is the ultimate landmark of the city and the symbol of Berlin's reunification. It was built in 1781, and it's a magnificent square where you can find famous buildings like the historic Hotel Adlon and the Academy of Arts. The best part? It's completely free to visit, day or night. For art enthusiasts, you can't go to Berlin without checking out the iconic Museum Island. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's home to 5 remarkable museums showcasing over 6,000 years of art and cultural history. While each museum has its own admission fee, you can't go wrong with the Museum Pass. This grants you access to more than 30 museums over 3 days for just €32. But that's not all. Berlin is packed with unique experiences waiting to be discovered. How about a visit to the abandoned spy station at Teufelsberg, or a street art tour that dives into the city's vibrant urban art scene? There's so much more to uncover, so let your sense of adventure guide you and see where the city takes you. At number 3, I'll show you the best places to eat and drink in Berlin. As a foodie paradise with an exceptionally diverse dining scene, you'll find just about anything you're craving, from cheap street eats to fancy Michelin-starred restaurants. Take a look at some of the most iconic Berlin dishes to try. Currywurst is a fried pork sausage that's topped with curry-spiked ketchup. It's often served with fries, and you can get it from any street kiosk. My favorites? Knopke's Imbiss or Curry 36. Another must-try is doner kebab. This Turkish-style sandwich is Berlin's ultimate street food. It's carved from a rotating spit and stuffed into bread with some tasty veggies and sauce. For the best kebab, head over to Kreuzberg and Neukölln. For the dessert, get the Berliner Pfannkuchen. This is a jelly-filled donut that's topped with powdered sugar. As simple as it sounds, this pastry is basically the city's unofficial dessert, and you'll see why when you give it a taste. And for an authentic experience, visit the city's oldest artisanal bakery, Bäckerei Siebert, in Prenzlauer Berg. Of course, no visit to Berlin would be complete without sampling the local beers. Germany's famous for its brews, so make time for a beer tour around the city, focusing on these specialties. Berliner Weisse, if you want a tart, low-alcohol wheat beer that's mixed with a little bit of fruit syrup. Pilsner, if you want light to medium-bodied beer with a malty sweetness and hoppy bitterness. Schwarzbier, if you want a dark lager that has a light and malty flavor. And Keller beer, if you want an unfiltered lager that's served straight from the cask. To experience Berlin's brewing culture firsthand, check out some of the top spots like Prater Garten, Brauhaus Lemke, Brauhaus Südstern, Berlo Brauhaus, and Brauhaus Georgbräu. At number 2, I'll give you an inside look at Berlin's legendary nightlife that's pulsating with an energy that attracts partygoers from everywhere around the world. Kicking things off is Berghain, a former power plant turned nightclub, now famous for its techno beats and infamously strict door policy. Getting past the bouncers is a challenge in itself, but once inside, you'll find an industrial space with an electrifying, gritty vibe that's unmatched. Next up is Tresor, a pioneer of the techno scene since the early 90s. This iconic club is a maze of dark, cavernous rooms where you can completely lose yourself in the music. It's a must-visit for anyone who loves underground beats. For a different vibe, check out Watergate. This open-air terrace is where you can dance to high-energy music while soaking in stunning views of the River Spree. Plus, it's perfect for catching a breath of fresh air when you need a break from the dance floor. And then there's Sisyphus, a sprawling club complex with multiple dance floors, chill-out areas, and even an outdoor beach. It's like a playground for night owls, offering a laid-back vibe that makes it easy to dance the night away. So, are you ready to stay up till dawn and experience the true heartbeat of Berlin? So far, I've shared plenty of essential info to get you ready for your first ever trip to Germany's capital. But, just so you're fully prepared to make the most of your adventure, here are some bonus travel tips. Cash is still king. While many places do accept credit cards, cash remains the preferred payment method in Berlin, especially at smaller shops, cafes, and markets. That's why it's a good idea to have some euros on hand to avoid any inconvenience. Another important note, in Berlin, Sundays are typically quiet, with many bars, shops, restaurants, and even supermarkets closed. As such, make sure to plan your shopping and excursions during the week to avoid any surprises. Additionally, try to learn a few basic German phrases. Even though most Berliners speak English, knowing a few simple German expressions like Guten Tag for good day, Danke for, thank you, or sprechen Sie English for do you speak English can make a great impression and help you connect with locals. As fun as it is to explore the city of Berlin from day to night, the number one thing you need to keep in mind is your safety. Don't get me wrong, Berlin is generally a very safe city. However, like any major travel destination, petty crimes like pickpocketing can happen, especially with unsuspecting tourists. To protect yourself, carry your valuables close to your body, keep a watchful eye on your bag, and be alert, particularly in crowded areas. Also, be cautious of individuals who may approach you on the street asking for charitable donations. These encounters are most likely a front for begging, so stay aware. Don't hesitate to say no and walk away if you feel uncomfortable. By taking these simple precautions, you can fully enjoy everything Berlin has to offer while staying safe and secure. The city is brimming with unforgettable experiences waiting for you. So pack your bags, embrace the adventure, and get ready to make lasting memories in Germany's capital. If you enjoyed this video, you'll love this next one.